Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Recent Thoughts podcast with your hostess Anya. And
Fancy.
hi Fancy, how's things going?
Things are going good. We're under this heat advisory, but things are actually going pretty good though. How are you?
Um, as some of our followers, if you follow me, you may know. Um, my father, I pretty much got it happened. I pretty much got noticed that my father is in his last and final days here on this earth. So I've been dealing with that. I did want to still do the podcast today because it was a situation of just still having routine. You can't just sit by and maybe we can have somebody come on and talk about grief one day. You know, you don't want to just sit down and just wait. We did that for my grandmother. My grandmother had took sick. She had cancer. And when she had cancer, it was like a waiting game. Like, okay, the phone's ringing. Is this the time? And I just remember talking to my aunt a lot. My mom didn't really want to talk, when it came down to it. My mom talked to me once her mom passed. But my aunt really, really leaned on me prior to. So I've been leaning on my niece a lot during this time. She has been here with me. She's not here now, but she had been here with me, and just whenever I cry and stuff, you never get prepared. I share it with you guys. I share it with the audience. Back when my father took ill, wait, no. Then we start the podcast the fall of 2019.
Mm-hmm. But
So
that was around the same time, wasn't it?
he took ill the spring of 2019.
Oh.
So no, I didn't share with y'all. So my father, just to tell you guys, transparency. That's what we talk again. We talk about things that we may not talk about in the Black community. So here's it. My father had a brain injury. He fell, and he had bleeding on his brain. And from that time, my father just hasn't been himself. He hasn't been 100%. He wasn't that person that I knew. He couldn't do nothing for himself. Nothing, absolutely nothing for himself. He just basically, I mean, he could do stuff, and he started, doing a little therapy, physical therapy, by trying to eat and do things. But for as on his own, he couldn't. Now he's at a state where, I talked to my aunt. My aunt said that this is like the ending area where they don't eat. Like they can't chew. They're pretty much just they're chewing, but they're not swallowing. Their brain is not telling their body to swallow. So then it's just mush and it's coming on their face. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And I don't think that we talk a lot about grief. We don't talk about how things like that affect us. So maybe that's an area that we can talk about. Maybe at the beginning of the year. I don't want to do it at the end. I don't want to do it in November or December, but maybe we can have somebody come on and talk about the grief and just how preparing for end of days, parents end of days. I know we had someone come on. No, we did have this conversation because we talked about how you take care of your loved ones.
Yeah.
How you take care of your loved ones. So I would like for us to do like a little series, and I'm not putting you on the spot, but about creating a power of attorney, creating a will. Just having these things in place, even for ourselves now, before you get ill, so your wishes can be done. Because I was asked, do I want to put a DNR? And then me and my brother was like, no, because we're trying to be respectful to my stepmom. But then when I talked to my stepmom, she was like, yes, put it in place. He's, she's like, Arnya, I'm with him every day. He's not well. He's not, his level or whatever. And whether he's in the hospital or whatever, his level of just who he is not there. He's just pretty much zombied out. So I dealt with that yesterday for the weekend. I had a great weekend. My sister friend, my best friend, she was my sister friend, she turned 40, so we did a ladies' night on Friday night, and we had a house party for her on Sunday. And she got in the hospital on Monday. Many people don't know that, but she has pneumonia, but she's doing good. I talked to her right before this, so prayers to her. And one of my good girlfriends, Nikki, who does our shirt, she got married, so I was a usher for that. So,
Well, sounds like you've had a lot going on. Of course, I'm sorry to hear about your dad, and I've been praying for you all.
I was on the phone with you.
Yeah, but we did actually we did reach out to someone before about talking about grief on the show, remember, and no one responded. So if you all happen to know of someone who is an expert or can speak on this subject well, then reach out to us and let us know. Of course, you can always reach out to Theories and Thoughts at ladyceo.com. My weekend, I went to the Black Media Honors Awards. It was the inaugural event in Atlanta, Georgia. It was presented by the Empower Group. Empower Group. I want to make certain I'm saying their names right, because their magazine is We Empower, but it was presented by the Empower Group, if I'm not mistaken. That's the correct way that their name is. And we were media partners, so we covered the panels. We didn't stay the full day on Saturday, but we covered one of the panels, because the one that interested me most was the PR one, because of course we do offer PR services with the magazine, and I'm always trying to learn more about what all we need to be doing, or just what the latest thing is. So it was really nice to see some of the veterans, I guess you'd say, in the game talking about it. And one thing that stuck out to me is that everyone kind of agreed that I don't think a single person on stage actually went to school, to practice PR. Like they may have been English majors, or they may have been doing something else. So they may have been into journalism, and then, or they may have been into marketing. And that was really inspiring to me, because the crazy thing is I actually did go to school for PR. So oftentimes, but one woman said that you could go to school for PR and graduate and still not know, what PR is. And I totally got that. So it was a good event. And then on Sunday, I went to the gala. I don't know which one it is, because I was saying gala. Somebody was like, no, it's gala.
I say gala.
I said gala too. But then somebody was like, no, it's gala.
We gonna say how we say it.
Well, whatever, the gala. And it was really nice at the 12 Hotel. A lot of Atlanta celebs came out, and then also a lot of publicists came out. So it was like a mixture of honoring those within the media industry, not just like the personalities and so on, but also the PR. They had like a PR icon as well. So it was a a really nice affair, really looks, I guess you'd say. And so for the most part, I did like a lot of sleeping, but I did get to visit Chef Rob's Cafe, which is in Buckhead. I had always wanted to go there, so I went there and ate by myself on Friday. And I was just kind of like, my boyfriend really insisted that I go. He even tried sending me a list of like places to go and check out. But then I was like, are they Black owned? And he was like, Dan, look. So he just sent me another list, and I just kind of went from there. But I was like, I want to visit some Black owned places. But next month we are supposed to be, we're going to be going to Charlotte together. So we're going to be doing it the weekend of September the 24th. So if you all know of any cool places that we can go to in Charlotte, then, please leave them in the comments and let us know. But that's how my weekend went.
I just like him. Like, that is so, I like that. I love it. Because, I told you this privately, but I'll say it publicly. I like him because he's not out for himself. He's always pushing you to do stuff, stuff that's out of your comfort zone, stuff that you probably would never do, saying? And I just like, and he's always rooting you on. And even, with new subjects, you'll be like, yeah, he said we should have did that too. And I was like, and I'm like, yeah. So it's always good to have a supportive partner. So yeah. Speaking of PR, the latest conversation has been about Sha'Carri Richardson. A lot of people said that her speech after she lost ninth place was she needed a PR. She was rough around the edges, these different things. I'm saying things like this girl who won first place, that she's not even in her prime yet. Watch her out. And I'm like, she's 29, Sha'Carri's 21. Let's go. Wow. A lot of people have been dogging her, and I'm here. I'm like, I didn't see a problem with her conversation. And then on my page, I put, y'all had a problem with her saying shit. Was that the issue? Like, what was the issue? And one of my girlfriends said it so eloquently. She said, if she was a man, y'all would not be saying the same things. But because she's a woman, y'all talking about she need to settle down. She need to humble. And I'm so sick of people saying humble. Like, people want you to literally sit down and be like this. Oh, I'm not great. Nah, fuck that. I'm great. I'm good. We good. This podcast is good. I mean, no, seriously, I'm so sick of people saying humble. You need to be humble. She hasn't showed that she is not. She hasn't. She what did somebody say? She hasn't shown to be able to. Wait, she hasn't did anything spectacular. I'm like, yes, she has. She got the freaking Olympics. She's
like the 6th fastest woman or something, and she still plans to, move up the chart. And I'm sorry, I guess was messaging, so that's what I was doing, trying to make sure she had the link.
Oh, I sent this and she said okay.
No, but she's on her phone.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm a ride with you throughout everything. And I had remarks for her and the marijuana thing because I felt like they set her up. I felt like they set her up. I felt like she was stupid for doing it, even though she was in Colorado, whatever the excuse was, because I knew this was going to be a conversation, keep on conversation. Just like they put marijuana full stage at the freaking Olympics, but disqualified her for marijuana. When these white people out here talking about how they use it to help them with their different sports. I knew that because she was a black woman. Now y'all mad because she's talking about I'm good. Y'all betting against me. Y'all betting against the wrong person. I feel like talk your shit, little mama. Talk your shit.
Okay, well. All righty then. She's very confident, but I think that it is a good thing. And I've been seeing a lot of people. I didn't know that people were bothered by her speech afterwards. Like, so when you were talking about it, I thought actually we were going to be discussing the fact that she's still, doing good, and she's kind of setting the stage up for her next big victory, because that was kind of a article that we published with the magazine. So, but overall, like, it fits her personality. So I could see, if she had said something else, then they would have been saying, oh, her publicist told her to say that, So be yourself, at all times.
And that's it right there. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say F them people. She said congratulations to them.
Yeah.
She was like, but I'm still here. I'm still coming out. I'm gonna be better next time. And then she had to come back. Nah, publicist, somebody got in her ear, and then she came back and did an apology. Don't apologize. F them people.
She shouldn't have had to apologize for that.
She apologized. I know because when I heard her apology before I heard the after
what she said.
I know it was colorful and this, that, and that. I was like, oh, she didn't cuss people out. Let me go and see. Because she's Dallas, honey. She is Dallas. Being high here in Dallas, baby, this how they be. Raw and uncut. But again, here's the thing. And this is why I do confidence coaching. So many years people say, you can't be loud. You don't show off your curves, in their own way they said it. You shouldn't wear that. You have to wear something a little bit bigger and this, that, and the third. That's how people will come at you. But, and then when you're depressed because you can't be who you are, or you second guessing yourself, oh, you should be more confident. But when you confident, they got a problem because they're not in that box. They're not in that space. And again, I think that people forget how they were at 21. And this is a sport. Muhammad Ali was like, I'm beautiful. I am great. I am this, that, and the third. Nobody, fuck being humble. Next. Speaking of not humble, I just want to throw this out there. Did y'all see where Fat Joe was like that dress that Ashanti wore to his birthday party? I was like, yes, sis. And I was like, she's doing it for the 40 and up crew. Come on, let's go. She was, baby, on it, and she knew it, and she owned every bit of it. And her brother Fat Joe was like, man, y'all seen Sean? She was this, that, and her. So I just want to throw that out there. I appreciate
it. Yeah. All for instance should be that way.
That's all I'm saying.
It's always good to have people cheering you on.
Right. So I don't know if y'all heard Chadwick Boseman's wife, because they were married. Wasn't she supposed to be married, pregnant too?
I never saw anything about her being pregnant.
Okay. So she wants reimbursement from his estate for the funeral costs. And I'm okay, so I go either way. I don't know. I kind of was like, whatever your husband says. But then again, she's like, get it from the estate, which the estate is what, 3.5 or $5.3 million?
I don't know how much it is. I don't recall seeing that. But it's an estate. Get it from the estate, like she said. Like, I mean, because obviously if there's an estate, right, that means what did she get from him? I mean, is that correct? This isn't, you know, I'm not familiar with all of this, but that's to my understanding, that's what it seems like. So I don't think that she's received any type of monies or anything since he passed. And I'm not saying that's what she was after or anything, but I'm just saying for that reason, then why not get it from the estate? Like, what is she, a model or something?
I don't know what she do.
I think she's a model or an actress, and that was pretty costly. That was almost $100,000.
It was, and I agree. That's why I say I agree. But okay, so a judge determined, he denied it because he said that she don't have any receipts for the most part.
I don't understand that.
Me either. Because in order for her to file, I'm sure a lawyer wasn't like, okay, we just gonna file just on the fact of you saying that you got it.
I don't understand how you spend $71,000 and don't have any type of receipts. Like, anyway, she should have had at least receipts for like 60 to 70, 80% of it. Then 20% I could understand. Maybe that was miscellaneous stuff, but I'm curious as to why it was so expensive.
Because he was a celebrity.
Oh.
Probably. So, I mean, when they said she didn't have receipts, when it said that she didn't have, pretty much it said she didn't have receipts. It just said they didn't have variable. It could have been the fact that it didn't come the way that they wanted it. You know how some people are. If it didn't come like they wanted, or it don't look like they wanted it, they're gonna say it wasn't there. So
yeah,
it wasn't there. So
well,
who's over the damn estate?
That's what I was wondering. Normally it seems like, oh, family members can be over the estate, so too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long were they married?
Not long. Like a year, if a year.
Really?
I think so.
Let me see. I'm not.
Because remember, people were even speculating that they weren't married, and then it was like his friends had to kind of confirm that they were married or something.
That's crazy.
The whole thing was crazy. She should have at least, I ain't gonna say she should have, but I think part of the problem is the fact that she didn't do anything with his last name. It just seems like she would have had less struggles or something.
And that's why, and that's true. And that's true because, well, as women, professional women, you do keep your name. That's why Wendy kept her name, because that's your brand name.
Okay, well, she could have hyphenated it, if it's a brand name, but then you also have your personal name, your government name, or however you're going to, for the individual, not for the entity, then it seems like it would have been good to, just because that would really confirm, like, even when I see reports right now, I'm oftentimes thinking, the first thing that pops in my head, wait, is this his wife? Or, was she his wife or was she his girlfriend? Because, like I said, there was speculation at one point, but I do believe she is his wife. But it's just, I always have to ask myself. But you know, and not everybody wants to take the man name. I'm not one of those like, oh, you have to, but it just seems like there's so many questions about whether or not, you know, what their relationship actually was already. So that might be part of the problem.
It says that they married months before he died.
Okay, so yeah, less than a year.
So it was less than a year, but I still feel like she should get something.
Yeah, they have been together for some years though.
5 years.
Okay.
They were together for 5 years. They kept their relationship private, and I can see why he left. Why he kept it private. He kept his cancer private too. Like, how did he do? I'm still like, how did he do all those things that he did? Keeping this crap private. That's when you have some legit friends.
True. But you know, one thing though, it seems like at one point, like at first, everything that came out after his passing was kind of like he had been preparing to pass, you know, like he had been preparing for his death. And then afterwards, like all of a sudden, it started being all these issues, seems like it with his finances or something.
But
like, there was something else. And I was just like, that just seemed weird because it seems like he would have been getting his finances in order too, you know, if he was preparing. Like people were saying, oh, you know, he probably knew this was the last time he would see me and this, and that, you know, little things like that.
People say that though. I mean, you know, people be like I was talking to my play mom and my ex had got in a car accident and he was flown from the car. And she was like, me and her was on the phone. She said, I just started thinking about all kinds of crazy stuff. She was like, you know, he had came to see me the day before, and I was just wondering, was this the last time that he came to see me and he bought me coffee and he usually don't do that? Like you start thinking like that. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So it does say that there were sites that said that she was pregnant.
Oh.
But she wasn't pregnant. She wasn't pregnant. I'm trying to see what she did. What she do? What she is. Oh, she did take his last name. Well, it says Bozeman. When I Google, it comes up Bozeman. It says she's extremely talented singer.
Oh, okay. I know it was something like, you know, in the industry, but a little more subtle. So
yeah. She's a singer. She's an extremely talented singer. She's young, 28. But she was born in 1991.
Oh, really?
10 years younger than me. That's what they say. That's what it says. I mean, when you hear stuff like that, I hate to hear it because then you're kind of like, first of all, anytime a woman wants something from a estate or something, people always start to, you know, bash her like she shouldn't get stuff and different things. And I'm like, that's not cool. To me, that's not cool. Like, if that woman took care of that man, and clearly she did because nobody knew anything. If she took care of him in different things and made his life, why not get anything? It won't bring him back, but why not be financially, you know, set? I'm sure she couldn't do her craft because of what, you know, taking care of him. You know, and that's something like with my dad. I'd just be like, his girlfriend, his fiance, she take care of him, you know. So she does get to, for the most part, you know, keep his debit card for his disability because she take care of him.
Right.
Like been like ushering her money when she ain't worked. Well, she wasn't working. She worked now. You know, when she wasn't working before.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I guess it's still having problems trying to connect. She says she can't see us, so I'm trying to give her a few more minutes.
Okay. So I don't know.
Well, for those who okay, sorry, she was messaging.
You're fine.
But for those who don't know, we are Presenting Swagger Magazine is presenting the Field of Born Scholarship. So I just want to take a minute and just make certain that I let you all know about that. It is a scholarship um, for non-traditional students that are studying mass communications at Southern University in Baton Rouge. So um, we have more information about it up on the site, but it's a $500 scholarship. It's presented one time. Of course, we hope to do this again next semester and be able to present it again. If not, be able to present more scholarships. So if anybody's interested in partnering with us and possibly increasing the partnership, increasing the amount of the scholarship, that would be really great. I thought that it was a good idea because I know what it's like to attend school, as a non-traditional student. You already kind of, it's a difference. I don't know if everybody feels that way, but I know it's very different for me.
It is.
Okay. And then the thing was though, like I looked kind of like them and I have to remember I'm not their age, but then it was always like that. It was still a big separation though, like I couldn't relate to them in a lot of ways. So and
And
then
you have other bills.
yeah, right, I was about to say that, and so to not have a support system throughout that time, I think it's really important. When you do have a support system, you might, whether it be just, somebody that calls to check on you or somebody that's watching your kids while you're trying to study or whatever the case may be, just those little things are helpful. So we hope that they'll be able to use those funds towards that. And I'm just excited because for the longest I've been trying to think of ways like that Swagger Magazine could give back in the community, and particularly in the community that we're in. And so I thought, this is one way. So, and then also a way to reach back to Southern, which I didn't graduate from Southern, but I did attend Southern for quite some time. So, and that was my department, also mass communication. So yeah, so if you're interested in it, you can visit swagger.net and we have a press release up, but also right on our homepage is the information for the scholarship. And basically you just need to submit a essay, 500 words minimum, a 500 word minimum, just like about telling us about yourself and what you plan to do with the funds and just whatever your hardship may be. And I'm the only person reading those. It's not like we're not gonna publish those because I know that could be private. So yeah, but I will be choosing a winner, and the deadline is September the 25th. So if you know of anyone, then please let them know. I posted it on my page. And then again, you can always visit the website and learn more about it there. And I can also drop the link for that while I'm sitting here telling y'all. And then I would still forget that I took the time to even gather the link. But here you go.
That's cool. I so I partnered with a couple of people, and we are presenting a woman's walk. Is it called a woman's walk? Oh yeah, a woman's walk. Let me make sure that's what it's called, because I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But Lord, my mind and things that I'm doing, I don't know where my mind and everything is. I thought it was right. Maybe I didn't post it there. Let me check. The walk of a woman. A walk of a woman. That's what it's called. The walk of a woman. And what it pretty much is, my sister, Suzanne, she's been on the podcast before. She came to me with an idea where you have just a bunch of different people, different stages, different people that's in, it'll be just a bunch of different people in the room, like therapists, coaches, and different people in the room. And you could come in as a woman, and wherever you are in your walk in a woman, nonprofits, different things like that, serial entrepreneurs, you could get information from them. You could talk to different people in different areas in their lives and say, hey, can I network with you? How can I collaborate? And I think it's beautiful because as women, we're put against each other so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's this or she's acting like that or whatever, even as a young child, as a young girl, oh, she's cute, but you're gonna be cuter than her. You're gonna do this, that, and a third. So many people do that. And I think this is gonna be a great experience just for women who don't normally go to networking events. You don't have to have a business. You don't have, just come and get what you need from this event. So we are a sponsor of that. There isn't Thoughts brand and Lady CEO are sponsors of this. And hey, maybe we can put on a bigger thing at another time, but I'll be representing Theories and Thoughts, of course, there, and talk about it or what have you. And that's what we try to do here with Theories and Thoughts. If you don't know what we do here at Theories and Thoughts, this is what we do. We talk about things that are uncomfortable subjects, subjects that we usually don't talk about in public. Hey, Keisha. Things that we may not talk about in public. We discuss, we may not agree all the time, so we show that. We want to show those different things. We want to show that women can work together no matter what. We can still be in our own lanes doing similar or opposite things and still be in our own lanes. This stems from conversations that Fancy and I used to have. We used to literally have conversations on a lot of these topics, and we still do have some of the conversations on some of the topics that we talk about beforehand, before our guests come on. And we started being more opinionated, but then Deep Dive became more opinionated, became the opinionated, and we started having more guests on the show. So,
yeah. And there was one other thing. Oh, I just wanted to share, just as you were talking about pitting women against each other, and just I was in this room this morning on Clubhouse, and I was just kind of going, not gonna say from room to room, but just one room had finished up. But actually, when I was coming from Atlanta yesterday, I heard this speaker. Her name is Dr. Nikki. She was speaking, and I really liked her spirit, you know. And so I started following her, and then I ended up in a room with her again this morning after another room ended. And it was just a room of women. Usually they're kind of like women in who are, as they say, kingdompreneurs. I'm not too, I guess you say, hip to that. I don't really identify as a kingdompreneur. No, it's like they have kingdom businesses, and you know, everything is about the kingdom. And oftentimes, but they're oftentimes really inspiring. I just don't know if I would say my business is a kingdom business or anything along the lines of that. I wouldn't go there. Right. But the woman, Dr. Nikki, was in this room, and basically this woman got on, and she not to just tell her business or anything, but it was just so powerful because they were asking if anybody needed prayer, and the woman who went before me got on and was saying that her lights were off, and she had 4 kids in the house, and that, you know, she needed a certain amount of money in order to get the lights turned back on. And from there, like, the woman, Dr. Nikki, like, just basically, you know, did a call for people to make donations, and they ended up raising over $1,000, like, over the course of, like, maybe I was on there about 2 to 3 hours, but it was just such a inspirational moment. It was so moving and so touching. You know, initially they were trying to get to like 250. And then they were like, okay, maybe they could try to get to like 4 or something, you know. And then it was just like steadily going up. And at one point, I remember they were trying to get to the 4 or something. And one woman was like, when they gave the total amount that she was at, and somebody was like, you know what, I got it. Don't even worry about it. And then it was like, oh, well, you know, she should have overflow. So then more people started coming on and donating even more. So it was crazy, but it was just such a inspirational moment. And I think that I took 2 messages, well, actually 3 messages from that. One was open your mouth, because that woman could have never came on and told us about her personal business like that, but she took a chance and she didn't worry about being judged. She felt like God told her to let us know what was going on in her life, and then, you know, she actually, it benefited her, you know. Because I mean, it's not even about her. She has 4 kids in the house with her. Kids are in school right now. You need electricity if they're doing anything virtual or whatever, homework, whatever the case may be. The second message was, God will provide. because I've been kind of going through my own little thing and just kind of wondering, how things are going to go as I'm going through these different transitions and so on. And so God will provide was the second message, because of course God did provide for her. And then I'm trying to remember what the third thing was, but it was just, I forgot the third thing, but those two messages stood out. And I thought that was just really inspirational. So if anybody is on Clubhouse, I invite you to follow Dr. Nikki, because like she really seems like a woman of God. I know oftentimes people talk about being a woman of God and this and that, but they even started looking at like getting this woman kids stuff for Christmas. So I just thought that was really sweet, and I just wanted to share that thing. Okay, and also I'm gonna.
I was about to say, so as you may have guessed, our guest is not able to join us tonight. So I was going to ask you, did you want to do? Oh, she is.
Well, she had just came in, and I was asking her what she's good. Was she good?
Oh,
I want to add her to the stream now. Looks like she is good, so I'm about to add her to the stream.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, hey.
Yes.
I was about to say, let's just talk about who she is.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry for delaying, y'all. Look, I'm in another city, and I was riding around. I've been gone, and I was supposed to be back before now, but my phone been tripping, and I got lost looking for my car. So it's in that picture.
It's
so
okay.
I'm just gonna go on in the car. I didn't want to be in the car, but it's all good. So how y'all doing?
We're good. I'm like, how are you doing?
Right.
Well, first, I'm good.
Well, Arnya normally does this, but I see you step back. Like, so tonight's guest is Nadia Francois.
First of all, you were talking, that's why I stepped back.
Oh, well, sorry, because when she's asked how we were doing, it just kind of, it was different. Okay. So, but Nadia, can you tell our audience a little bit, about who you are?
Yes, I'm Nadia Francois. I'm an international best-selling author, visionary of some book projects, and I'm also the CEO of What's Your Superpower TV channel and brand, because I have some other things mixed in there as well.
Okay. So we are celebrating Black Business Month, and I know Arnya was excited about having you. Well, she mentioned having you because you are a serialpreneur. You had, like you just said, you have multiple businesses. I know how you started out, but if you don't mind, like telling everybody else, because I don't want to kind of tell your story for you, so you could just kind of tell them what was your beginning, what was your initial business, and what inspired that.
Absolutely. So I am a hairstylist by trade. I've been a hairstylist for over 15 years, and pretty much that is what started my entrepreneurship, of course, starting in my mother's kitchen at 15 years old. So I've actually been a licensed hairstylist for 15 years. So been doing, because I don't want nobody to think I'm 30 years old, because I'm not. No, I may look it, but no, but yeah. So started that in my mom's kitchen, and didn't really think that was going to be like what I do for a living. I actually started out as a nursing major, and then I started having kids, getting married, and perspectives changed. And so I ended up in the beauty industry, which I love. I now know that is my passion, because everything that I do, the other businesses that I do go into, they all eventually lead me back to the beauty industry. So I'm like, hey, you stuck with me. But I've also started my own hair care line. That's why I'm out here in LA right now, getting some more products for my beauty. I have an online beauty supply boutique. So out here getting some stuff for that. And so that's just pretty much how I started. And then, of course, as I'm not afraid to take risk. I'm like the true definition of an entrepreneur. And so when other opportunities come about, I hop on them. And so that's pretty much how I have been able to encounter all of the other opportunities that I have just going for it, letting God lead me and going for it. Sometimes I lead myself and it doesn't end up how it's supposed to, but it's well, it's all lessons, no losses.
And so 15 years old, so you decided I'm gonna do hair. I want to do hair. What was like? So your girlfriends was like in high school and stuff. Girl, do my hair. Do my hair. Do what?
I didn't do my girlfriend's hair. I mean, not like that. I think I did my own more than anything. But like at the house, I was really doing like grown women hair. Like people get ready to go to work and stuff. So like paying customers, girl, that don't have I wouldn't practice it here.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because see, my mama was like, you should just do hair. I used to do my friends' hair back in high school. And when I got to college, I would do their hair and because like, don't tell nobody I did your hair. If you tell somebody I did your hair, I ain't doing your hair no more. So they're like, okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. I want you to do my hair. So I was like, who are these people that hair that you're doing? That is awesome.
Yeah, so it was like my mom's friends, my aunts, like they was like literally writing me checks to do their hair for work. Yeah, so it was that serious. It wasn't like just playing in hair. I was literally getting paid.
Well, that's what Tip was just talking about. Remember, Tip Jones was saying how her mama said, "Don't be teaching them kids how to dance for free or whatever." So it makes sense. And I think it's funny because Women's Equality Day or Women's Equal Pay Day is coming up on the 26th, and just like I think if we were taught that early on in business, we would be more confident about setting our prices. Right. I know that's one thing we've been talking about in our mentoring circle. Just like our prices. And I know for one, I discovered that my prices were not as high as I thought they were. Like actually, they laughed at my prices. I was embarrassed last week. And then somebody else got on this week and they were talking about, they was in another circle and they got laughed at about some of their prices for some of their services. And I was just like, dang, so just imagine if you already had that instilled in you at a young age, like ask for what you're worth, ask for something for starters, but okay, we lost her, but she'll be coming back. But yeah, I think that's really cool.
We should. And I was at the doctor's office today and the young lady, I was talking to her and I said, yeah, because I'm a confidence coach. She said, well, how much do you charge for confidence coaching? And I was like, different prices because it's hard. Like when you're having a genuine conversation with somebody, it's hard for me to be like, well, this is the price of this when this is a genuine conversation, but I got to start.
But you have to start doing it and get you some packages together or something. So then when they ask that, you can automatically say, at least, even if you don't give a direct price, well, it's as low as or as high as or something like that, just to kind of give a ballpark figure.
Well, Nadia is based out of Baton Rouge. As she said, she is the CEO of With Your Superpower TV. We are housed on With Your Superpower TV on the
Exposure
TV network. If you haven't been there yet, go check that out. Download the app. It's really easy, and then you'll find us there. One thing that you've told me is whenever Nadia finds out, I don't know how you and Nadia met. So why don't you tell us that?
I think she just bought advertisement from me when I started the magazine. Like I did not know her from anything. I don't know how she found me, but she bought advertisement from me and she came back again. Cause y'all know I don't normally just talk to people still, but and she was like, she kept coming back as like a repeat customer and I began to support her with some things. And also just, we began to cross circles a lot and cross paths a lot. And we just kind of connected from there. But then I found out she was a Libra and she's kind of been more like a mentor to me because she has been in the game longer than I have, and even though we're not exactly in the same industries, but now we're kind of starting to, because she has a magazine as well, Power Conversations, that she recently launched this year. And then I think that stemmed from her What's Your Superpower channel, like having that overflow of content there. And then she started the magazine. So, and then, like you said, we are on the Exposure TV Network app on her channel, the What's Your Superpower channel. And also, I just want to know, that you can I didn't even realize we didn't even do the clip this week. But so I guess
we were trying to get her on while her phone was working. That's why I was like, what I was about to do, I was about to throw it today and be like, then we can just talk about her and who she was.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to say it goes back to us having that conversation about women helping women and women being there. One thing you told me was whenever she finds an opportunity, she always tells you about it.
Right.
And that's a beautiful thing because
it really is. And I appreciate that. That's to me, it has really, because oftentimes, and then we're kind of changing from that now. You know, before we used to be just as a people a lot more secretive about our business workings and, you know, the discoveries that we made. But really now, like, it's all about adding value to people, adding value to others. So if you're not sharing that information, then how are you adding value? I mean, you could be doing it in other ways, but that's kind of the least effort, you know, the most effortless way that you can do that. So I appreciate whenever she does that, because if it wasn't for her, excuse me, I know that there's probably a lot of things I may have missed out on. That's my connect in Baton Rouge, I guess you would say, you know, as far as having someone local today keeps me up to date with things. And I really appreciate that.
That's why I wanted to really talk about that. And no, we didn't do the commercial. If you want to run it, you can run it now.
It seems like she was coming back in. I was trying to see.
Oh.
But we can go ahead on and run it just while we're here.
Okay.
1 second.
Ladies, don't get mad. Please don't get upset with me.
What? Excuse me? Me? Let me show you. But for me, that has been my way of leaving a digital footprint.
Maybe she's not saying it wrong. It's just you don't like the tone.
And I know I'm emotional. I'm not going to. What does self-love look? Sorry, not sorry. You know, and sometimes self-care looks that way.
Okay. So y'all, that is Theories and Thoughts Deep Dive Talk Show. For those who may be unfamiliar, we do run the trailer every week, but of course, because we want you all to go and check it out. And what I wanted to note, I was trying to say earlier, is that you can also view Theories and Thoughts Deep Dive on if you have Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, whatever the Google Android TV, whatever that is, like whatever the Android option is for TV, is on there as well. So there's multiple ways that you can view the show. You know, I just wanted to note that, because oftentimes people are like, oh, well, what if I don't want to watch on my phone? You don't have to watch on your phone. You can watch on your TV. You know, take us and put us on the big screen. Right.
I'm putting it on my Roku tonight. I have Roku in the bedroom and I have Samsung Smart TV in my living room.
So see, there are other ways to watch us, and definitely tell a friend if you enjoyed the show. Be certain to like it and share it. And we are looking for sponsors for season 2. We have filmed season 2, and just to kind of tell you all a little bit about what to expect, we're going to be discussing family dynamics, women empowerment, dating over 35. Those are just a few of the topics that we're going to be discussing in our second season. So you all have something to look forward to. But we also have commercial advertisement opportunities as well.
Yeah. Now you just said that her phone died.
Yeah.
In the comments. That's okay. We'll have you on another time.
Thank you.
Thank you. One of the reasons why I wanted to have her on is because she is a serial entrepreneur. Also, she helps us she helped you, so that helps us.
Yeah.
Also next month is our anniversary month, and I wanted to have people on or near on. So she was like Black business and kind of anniversary, because next month we have people who help with our brand, which is we have Corey Epstein. He's an actor. Also, he does our audio and visual for Deep Dive. Excellent. We're all working together and learning together, and that's what I love about it. He doesn't make me feel like I don't know nothing. Like he just be like, all right, and y'all gonna see he's a big personality. So
Yeah.
he's on the first Tuesday in September. And then the second Tuesday of September is actually Tam Lawrence, who is who's the CEO over Exposure TV app. So we wanted to bring on people who are helping this brand. We like to show y'all who's helping us, and we like to show y'all who's doing what in the community and stuff. But like Fancy said, if you have any suggestions, you want to buy a commercial space, or if you have, like I said, and we always say suggestions, or if you would like to be on the show, just email us. theories-and-thoughts@ladyceo.com, and we might just let you be on the show if you have something worthwhile talking about.
And also, I just want to note too, just circling back to Nadia, we have there are sister shows as well on the What's Your Superpower channel. So there's the Money Every Day, and then there is Nadia's show, What's Your Superpower, the talk show. So there's multiple, and then of course the network has other options as well that you can view. Then that's just one channel that's on there. So I just want to note that, because some people be thinking, oh, well, it might be limited, but there's plenty that you can find to watch.
Inspirational shows. Doesn't that man name Ben?
Yes,
Maybe Ben. No, not Chef D.
I don't know who he's talking about.
Don't worry about him.
Okay. I don't know him.
Let me see. Let me see real quick if I can find.
Oh, Les Miles. I mean, Les Brown.
Yeah,
Les Miles. Les Brown.
I call that man Ben. I call him Ben. Anyway, wrapping up the show, I have on my. If it's not good for my mental, it won't get done today. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling today. I think I'm gonna go back to work tomorrow if nothing happens. I just talked to the doctor right before this show. As you know, it's kind of hard just waiting for somebody to just, and yeah. So if you would like that shirt or other shirts, it is Miss Things Boutique. You can find it on my website, ladyceo.com, or my linktree, Lady CEO. Our clubhouse, Lady CEO.
Okay, and you all can find everything Swagger Magazine at swagger.net. You can find me through my link tree at Fancy Thoughts, and then on social media, everything is Swagger Magazine, or for my personal, Fancy Swagger.
All right, that's all we got tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we're gonna holler at you a little bit later.
All right, peace and blessings.